Okay. Back to uh back to the tournament. Back in business. This time just random stream stuff. Turn the filter off for the mic. I think the keyboard sounds are funny. So I'm gonna just call it a stylistic choice and go with that. The actual stream quality, though, hopefully better today. I called my ISP. Apparently, you can't actually talk to a human these days, so a robot told me that it would reset my internet remotely. I don't know how much that's going to help. But if it's not good, if it's still messed up, I can talk to someone now after doing that. Thanks, Jink. Yeah, this is another rough week. I mean, all the weeks have felt rough, honestly. Hey, Raga. So last time, I don't expect anyone was here last time or saw what happened. I was only playing for an hour. But the Abyss was a disaster. Like it was so bad. I didn't anticipate just how bad it would be, but after experiencing it, almost everything in the Abyss just hard counters my whole build. Everything is RN immune, so vamp draining does nothing. Everything has RC. Importantly, everything having RN means Majin Bo does nothing. It's just a really, really bad time in there, and I almost died every time I went in. Sometimes, sometimes we're worse than others, but just the fact that, like, the other issue is because I'm undead, all the mutators drain me. And on top of Rue abilities draining you, I was getting in a situation that I'm still in. Like, I'm still drained pretty significantly. But, like, I can't use Rue abilities because I'll just keep draining myself. And can't use Apocalypse, not because of the drain necessarily, but because it wakes everything up. So I got into a situation where there was a vault with like 60 things in it. Used APOC not knowing it was there because the situation was already bad. And then Log said like 60 different things were shouting. And then it was shit from there. No, I did not get the Abyssal Rune. Essentially, what I'm getting to is that I am giving up on the Abyssal Rune. That was the only path to get 10 points this week. But with this character and doing Ascetic, that's the other huge thing. Ascetic Abyss with Rue on Undead on a week where you're experience starved, it's just too much. At least for me, it's too much. So the other path we have is, or one of them, is Vaults and Crypt. Easier path still, one less point, Lair and Esperanche to get an Ascetic Rune. But I don't think I want to go the easiest route possible. So I'm going to try Vaults. There's no getting out, though, obviously, if we go in there. So kind of need to bring everything in that we may possibly want. And though it would be weird to use, I'm just going to grab Robe of Folly. I think there's the potential for some niche use for it. It's also a funny item. Nothing else I think I really care about. Item-wise, I don't think I'm really missing anything essential. We've dropped a bunch of like potions specifically. Probably don't have every scroll in the game. So, we're still tasked with an Ascetic Vaults 5. which is still a pretty tall order. But with this character, it's way more reasonable than the Abyss, I think, now that I've experienced it. Could be wrong, but you know, we kind of have to commit to the vaults once we do it. There's some argument to be made to check like vestibule in hell, maybe get some experience there before going to vaults. So let's just do that real quick, because I don't think anything in vestibule can actually like lock you from going back upstairs. Well, I think you could get a Reaper that immediately pulls you off. Let's risk it. This is a nightmare. So the Reaper is one tile away from having done the bad thing. I think if it's fast, I think it might still be able to just take a step and yoink us. Or at least it's not fast. All right, I'm leaving. I'm not doing that. I was so nearly killed in Abyss that it would be beyond foolish to really press my luck. Like, I'm just not doing it. So maybe some vestibule experience would have made vaults easier. Dying is certainly not going to make vaults any easier. Nothing in the shop I care about. Have, I think, everything but Mirror, and Mirror is one of the weaker evocables in my opinion. So let's just try it. Vault Script. The major obstacles here is going to be Wardens on Vaults 5. I don't have good answers. My answers right now are Javelins, which I don't really have trained up. So, gonna get fighting finished, and I'm gonna go for 12 throwing. I know I don't have good strength. I know this is a caster, but I don't have any sort of spell that can penetrate back to a Warden. So we're gonna use the Javelin spell and go from there. But we'll see how Vaults is. Just being able to use Majin Bow Vamp is going to be big. And I'm going to try not to auto-explore. It's probably going to make this slower and potentially harder to watch. But been talking to someone extensively about basically whether this is a tactics or a strategy game, and jury is kind of out, but I you know, it's got to be both, right? And I kind of neglect the tactics side of things and just hit O and tab a lot. So we're gonna try and be conscientious, try and explore manually in a non-automatic way. And I guess we'll just miscast a ton. But this is one of them. Major pain points in here, besides Wardens in V5, Gargoyles, and the Crystal Golems are also going to be an issue. If I could somehow luck into LRD, that would be absolutely huge, because that would help with Curse Skulls too, in Crypt, which are going to be the other big pain. But let's see if we can't deal with this. Yeah, just regular RC on both. Yeah, RN immune. And we'll permafrost here. Alright, Roost slowed them at least. Let's go ahead and enkindle. And just for its own sake, we'll Rime Blade him. Try and get him down quickly. Okay, good. Maybe a bit much to use a memory on that, but those non-living things that we can't spell vamp, can't turn into zombies or anything, probably gonna be our biggest obstacle. Okay, hello. These guys also not great. It's 12%, but a mark with no consumables. Very scary. Can kind of even tab with this thing, which is, I thought about getting staves up for Majin Bow, because at least right now the melee is comparable to unarmed for me. Okay, recalling already. Let's get you on our side. And there we go. Okay. Getting a decent amount of life back, at least. This feels way, at least right now, way more manageable than Abyss. The other thing is just, it's the level of control. You have none in Abyss. You have no control of the layout, what you're gonna fight, you know, how it's gonna come to you. The terrain is all strange and constantly shifting. It's just bad time. Hello, Baze. Welcome. We have abandoned the Abyss for this character and are trying to do an Ascetic Vaults, which is still not something I've ever done. I've never done Ascetic, so I don't know. I don't really know how hard this is going to be, but so far Abyss was much worse, so pretty happy with the decision. But just taking it slow and careful. Trying to do Ascetic still. Right now we'll get somewhere with Auto Explore. Okay, no convoke. No, 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 don't do that. No, not like this. Oh my. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Just fat fingering lost me Ascetic. I don't even know how to. What's the stupid thing that makes it so you can't read stuff? Is it exclamation R? Oh god, I want to cry, honestly. That's It's too fucking late. I mean, it happened. Like, what? This is goddamn nightmare. So now, oh Jesus. Fucking nightmare. Living a nightmare. 2 blink. Wow, very generous. Okay, so the exclamation R at least confirms. Alright, well now I know that for next time. Have to try Ascetic again next week. Thank you for the offer of cheap followers. That's honestly really generous right now. I could use the boost. Wow. Okay, that's devastating, honestly. This was a ton of effort put into that. Like, we're, you know, almost 8 hours in, and most of that was at least a lot of it was caused by just trying to do everything with no consumables and having to think through it an insane amount. And I don't like, I don't feel like I got any stronger. Like, it hardly makes a difference, right? Whatever. Whatever. I don't even care anymore. Honestly. Yeah, just fail everything. It doesn't matter. You could die. So absolute tomfoolery. Now we'll have no idea how Ascetic Vaults is gonna go. So I guess fingers crossed next week we just get easy conducts that are more conducive to getting Ascetic. You know, that's the upside, I guess. We still have one more chance. It's not totally over. But this would have made a big difference. Really devastated, honestly. And just the fact it was a fat finger. Like, if I had to, like, abandon it, I'd be so much more okay with having abandoned Ascetic myself. But just literally fat fingering it away is gross. These, okay, I think in 3-3, yeah, purple ones don't have anti-magic yet, so not nearly as dangerous as in Trunk. Yeah, we'll just chill, let Rime Blight do its thing. But what a kick in the nards that is. I guess we don't need the IDs. Okay, Asterion. I guess we do need the IDs. Okay, whatever. Something we can't even use. Great. Not dealing with that. Another recall. Great. And can't reach. And won't be able to reach there. And there it goes. Okay. So this will reap. Can't move, so gotta also remember I'm not in ascetic mode anymore. Genuinely devastating. At least we're strong. It's maybe, I don't know, some reassurance that at least I don't know, I won't lose the game, maybe. I mean, I probably still will now, honestly. That's just predicting that I'm just gonna get hosed somehow and lose anyways after all this effort and after losing Aesthetic that way. It would be really fitting, honestly. Yeah, nothing I'm gonna care about. Haven't found LRD. Kind of a pipe dream, but up to 10 on throwing. That's not bad. This isn't great, but we can do that. I've now learned the power of the offensive power leap after nearly dying to a dancing weapon. It's not great, but let's remember. God, I fat fingering multiple times. This is probably going to be hard to remember I have consumables just because my brain still thinks I can't use them. Really awful way for that to end. Which makes this whole thing a lot less exciting for me. Thought I was gonna do something new that I haven't done that might be fairly difficult, but now it's like, do vaults first. Whatever. Okay, I'm marked. Okay. I'll just do that. Let's reap. Do that. I did not mean to permafrost, but whatever. This should be fine now. Not quite as fine as I want it to be. 12 throwing, probably a good stopping point. I think... want more spell failure, or less spell failure. And more mana would be nice too, so... Disto, great. Gonna have to revisit the Abyss. Yeah, we're just... no reason to not reset that. Yeah, a lot of stuff. But this is where ReNe shines. Just keeps going. Right, marked again. What, like, already brought everything in the level here. What's the difference? Alright, we'll let the zombies deal with that a bit. May want to... it's a bad idea. It's not a good idea. Another recall. We'll just... you know, there's 3 staircases. There's no reason to just keep dealing with that. Really full level. And this is just going to be the ReNe show, pretty much. Let's do... I think that's the... well, alright, we'll get that. Permafrost will be done, and then we'll do... and we'll keep working on ReNe. Can get... slime zombies. If we survive this thing. Oh, great, they get hasted. Off-screen Beastmaster is nice. Hey, we can actually blink. What crazy What crazy technology to have a blink scroll. Hi guys. Yeah, I figured Majin Buu would keep me safe. Does work with Rime Blight. Had to experiment a little to figure that out, but ends up being pretty good healing. Still not positive if it works on the initial cast or if it keeps going with the spread, like after you kill something. But I mean, look, like 2 dire elephants are still not very dangerous. I would like to know if it works with ramparts, but bunch of stuff that doesn't. I'm just so annoyed about aesthetic, honestly. What a horrible waste of time. Gotta conserve boomerangs. Yeah, 12 throwing. Check in a second. What? 28 on javelins is not bad. We have a haste, which is bad. Might. Yeah, we probably want to get to 16 throwing. If we can. Yeah, we can ignore those. Invis, sure. That's nice. Of course, now I have to find all these things. Useless. Yeah, I need that on a better letter. I'm not going to use Hailstorm probably ever again. At least not nearly as frequently as Dispel Undead and Crypts. Okay. Should probably just grab the blink. It's not like I'm gonna want anything else more. But we have one more floor, at least. Alright, pretty intense. That's not gonna do anything. You know, just as I'm denouncing Hailstorm, I mean, it's still not good, but. Okay. We're gonna keep going with throwing, because I still, unless I picked something up and didn't see it, I still don't have an answer for Wardens on Vaults 5. Okay, we'll just miscast twice, and alright, now we have to memories. But we're fine. Yeah, real shame, because Ascetic would have been way more attainable here than at least Abyss that I was attempting. Yeah, one more, and then that. Okay. Alright, just heal forever, I guess. And Norris. Okay, that's bad. Shouldn't have let the Convoke go off. Oh yeah, I forgot this. I know that helps. I was told that helps people read the log, so. Norris is a problem, always. Gonna take all my mana. I might be able to get to a stair fairly quickly. But I'm not just gonna blink, right? We've got a little. Oh, thanks for the. I guess that was an attempt at a teleport. All right, this is better. Trying to get, there we go. Just trying to get mana for Rime Blight. Norris we don't want to deal with. But hey, maybe I can talk myself into thinking that that situation would have been impossible if I was Ascetic. So I would have just lost the run to Norris, maybe. Which I might do right here. I'll do that. He's just gonna drain all my mana, so we might as well just go for the big stuff, right? Alright, good so far. Rampart's probably sensible. I don't know if water trumps it, but you know, we can do that. Do that. Give him a smackaroo. I'm trying to go into, oh, confused, that's why. AF confused. Makes sense. We'll just do that and we're fine. So now, not very convinced of that. Norris wasn't that scary. But the Curing Pot, yeah. The Mark, yeah, we'll go here, do that. Tengu is annoying, but we can just do that. Yeah, that. Cool, amnesia. Which we do not need. But might be more useful than that. Resistance, no, I don't want that. Dispel Undead really underrated. It's a really crazy amount of damage for how much mana it costs. Mana regen, maybe. The blink scroll is probably better than anything I could get there. That's maybe a problem. It's fine. Enlightenment, maybe. Let's look at all that. Bookshop, though, that's could save me. No, not quite. Nope. No. So no help from there. Really just needed to, okay. Needed to luck into LRD to feel safer in crypt. But now that we have consumables, I'm much more safe, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, now we'll move back towards spell fail. Okay, that's vaults. Not that it's anything special now. We'll go back, we'll get blank. Summoning might be good too, but can't argue with blank. Yeah, there's no resists I'm lacking. Knight. Yeah, knight's kind of a problem. Maybe shouldn't ignore it. So let's do that. That. Okay, I feel better. Just out of caution. I think these are insubstantial, but it doesn't say they are. I wonder. Oh, cool. Good to know now. I thought they were ghosts of some kind. Thrall, I suppose. Now there's no Draugr to deal with either. Like Crypts is a lot easier. No vampire blood prints, I don't think. Oh no, they're here. Okay. Nope, that one. I said I wasn't going to auto explore just as like a kind of like an exercise, but it just matters so much less if I'm not doing aesthetic. Okay, like I can just, it doesn't matter. You're all a bunch of dorks. thought you were gonna scare me. BBC might be good for getting things in the back line. That's nice. Again, just not worried. Not worried anymore, just not doing aesthetic. All right, let's see. Don't need to get too reckless, but it's just dispel undead and crypt. Like, what? The only thing that's going to be an issue is curse skulls. I mean, Jory. Like, if we run into menace, maybe. But it seems like Streamlabs isn't yelling at me for how crappy my stream is, so that's nice. Yeah. At least the streaming is a bit better, so maybe we'll keep doing this. Yep, 20, cool. Let's get out. Necro 17. Just a little more there. 5 on Rime Blight. Yeah, that's fine. After this, though, I mean, it's Crypt 2, so we don't have much more time, but probably gonna get 16 throwing. Nothing troubling yet. There can still, you know, if we do a bunch of silly shit like this and get surrounded, might not go great. So let's I'll just reposition. And it's fine. Artifact cloak, cool. +5, wow, that is nice. Thanks, game. Can I be greedy and hope for LRD in the book? Osra Fridge, that's a big gap. There you are. So we'll probably grab that. We have amnesia. Yeah, there's no reason not just scoop that. Just put that there. And now Vaults 5 should be a lot easier too. Hey, cool. Requirement. Good ring. There's LRD though, and well, the main use really was Cursed Skulls and Crystal Guardians in Crypt and Vaults, but you know, we don't need. I don't think we need the ring. Something to be said for gold, but LRD can still help with wardens, just if they're near a wall. So what's the worst thing we have? For the levels, it's probably Hailstorm. What are we at? 2 right now. Yeah, we'll just drop Hailstorm, it's fine. I don't really like it that much. Okay. Oh no, my stream has died. What happened there? I didn't get any sort of... Seems to be alive again. I didn't get like a Streamlabs yelling at me thing. Don't know what that's about. I did feel my internet get a little choppy, but hopefully it doesn't keep doing that. To be fair, this isn't much to watch anymore. You're just watching someone do like a basic run. This is the skull layout, classic. Lots of dispelling. Okay, I think I said throwing. Yeah, 4 to 1% permafrost. I think it's still... LRD is great to get, but I just want the throwing. Min-delay jabs are... It doesn't even matter how much strength you have. It doesn't matter. If you're Oka, just... Jabs are really strong. Calm down. Poopy scarf. Don't want that. We got an absolutely crazy cloak out of this place. So this is just awkward spacing. But that should be fine. Not as fine as I wanted it to be. We'll just do that. Okay. Yeah, it's, I mean, even in an area where a lot of my stuff gets resisted, this is still just not problematic in any kind of way. I'm probably not going to be able to sleep tonight again. Just thinking about losing aesthetic. That's really, really awful. Let's do that. 3 of these things well mighted. This is not a good spot to be. So just get off me. Don't want to deal with you. Yeah. Okay. Nope. There we go. Brilliance is funny, but not for us. Getting slowed is not good. Let's go down here. Do better punching. Not much better though. Not as good as I'd think. 25 to 21. I mean, it's 0.5 faster, but still. We can do this a little bit now. Right, we have the option. We're much better at throwing than I remember being. So yeah, 35. That should be respectable for wardens. Of course, we get Khufu. What do you do? That's nothing crazy if I'm undead. But are you? No, just polymorph. You're not distortion. Yeah, it's not even really scary. Just do this, that. Slow's not great. Are you? No, your mummies aren't shatterable for whatever reason. We'll just get some damage in. And start, yeah, big guns. I mean, Khufu's strong, but Dispel Undead way stronger. 3d28. Better prot ring, at least. Something. You are an undead, okay. Oh, that might be some weird angel thing. Nope, don't need that. Don't need that. All right, that's it. Really, I mean, that's a good staff, but I'm just not gonna deal with slow. I know it's not that bad, it's 1%, but let's see. I'm pretty sure, I don't think I missed anything, right? Yeah, there's these guys. Yep. Yep, that. Okay. You know, probably should have left some stuff alive to clear Rue Drain, but I can't be asked at this point. I'm just far too disenfranchised from losing aesthetic. I'll take that off. I'm not going to use attraction. Well, for the wardens, actually. I hate that potion, but it's probably worth using. Flame we can get rid of. And that's all worth it. We'll do Torment too, because we could just nuke everything in the entrance or on the ambush. And we do have a hatch, so we can kind of make an escape and hatch back in. Anything I should do? I could do goofy Robe of Folly stuff, I guess. But if I do that, there's going to be a Sphinx. I'm going to get paralyzed immediately, and that's going to be it. So we're not going to get too silly. We're not going to haste or brilliance immediately, because we can just, like, Immo is just going to carry the first bit. Do have teleport, so it's not nearly as scary. So we'll just do this. Yeah, nothing's really even here. So we can Apocalypse, we can Immo Apocalypse, get literally everything to the center. So we'll do that. Come on down. Favorite part of a run right there. Where to go from here, though? We'll just do fighting. I don't know what's gonna be the best possible. There's a warden. Well, we can, just to be safe, we'll just go up. 6 memories. Everything should be coming to the center. You know, worst case scenario, we've got Blink, Telly, Tambourine, a bunch of shit now. So it's not a big deal. Can Apocalypse again. All of our health is back. Yeah, it's just not scary, honestly. I wish it was, but it's, you know, it's kind of vanilla now. Hello. And this is, you know, this is why I do my loud strat every time. Just like, it's never so bad that you just can't, like, you can't stare dance afterwards. So it's, you know, I don't get the argument for why you can't be loud in Vaults 5. Alright, let's go up. You two kind of a problem. Not much of one, though. Just do this. Come on. There we go. Marked. Cool. Doesn't matter. Like, the center's where I want everything. Okay, just keep doing it. That's fine. Oh no, I'm marked extensively. All of my schemes are being undone. Alright. Just keep pulling it apart. Alright, we can just keep doing this, being safe. Not really worried about, yeah, like, just the Majin bow healing just makes this really a lot more trivial than it would be otherwise. Not even using refridge, like kind of forgetting I have it. Alright, there's the first problematic warden. But we got a good amount of stuff. We could just APOC this and it would just solve it, so you know, why not? But just for, you know, just for that sake. Like, this is, it's too easy. Someone make it harder. Just leave, come back. 7 drain, just not a big deal. What are you giving things? Just chaos? Okay, you're undead, so I can just dispel you. It's not. I'll be back. We'll talk again. Okay, he just doesn't want to get close. But one of these times he'll be there. Hey, a lich. Cool. I might do vaults first rune more often now, because it's not bad. Like, Immo Apocalypse is just really funny to me. I don't know if open doors on V4, like, what do you mean, like a hatch I could do, or like actually going up and like opening the doors here? Like, yeah, that's, you know, can blink away potentially now if things get bad. Yeah, that's better. Get exhaust off. I don't see why we don't keep doing that. I guess this is slightly safer. Yeah, like we can still just, if it goes a little sideways, you just go back up, because stuff doesn't stick around, right? Like, it doesn't just condense onto the stairs to where you come down and immediately get smacked by 8 things. So, actual danger, not very high. As I say that, Which one of you destroyed me? Arrow, big rock, smite. Alright. Up is probably not a great idea. We can do that. And I don't think he has LOS anymore. I guess he did. But yeah, now we can just get some health back, let him die. Good idea, Raga. I might have might not have been able to do that otherwise. I really don't know why a Yaktor is giving me problems. Let's try and get him. This is lazy, but I'm just getting tired of doing this. Yeah. We'll just keep going. Get everyone over here, blow them up. Just keep, well, alright. Javelin. And we're fine. You can knock me off, it's not a big deal. Kirari also doesn't matter. Alright, well there's... Alright, very funny. Anything I don't care about. Atropa for sure. Atropa is abject garbage. Berserk is useless. Useless crap. Okay, there's the rune. That's something. That gets us -1, I think. Rune before lair. And yeah, we've abandoned 2, so, and we can't get ascetic, so it's pretty much just a normal game from here. We could abandon clearing Vaults 5, but I don't see a point, really. It's not giving me any real issue. Back to like playing it, I don't care speed. This is not consequential really anymore. we'll say we don't care about slaying. This is just more. Should just ID it instead of picking it up. Nothing I'm gonna enchant, so whatever. Just reap just for fun, I guess. Kind of in the way. Okay, so that's, you know, nothing special, but it's Vaults 5, first rune, I guess. No layer. And nothing really rewarding out of it. Pretty disappointing. So let's get out of here. Let's just go back to dungeon. Sure, cool. Gate opened. This is just a meme. Don't care about any of that, at least for a second. Now I gotta. This is such a pain in the ass. Go back and pick up all these scrolls I didn't care about. Wiz is cool. Take that. Summoning, sure. More enchant armor, I don't care about. Vuln, don't care. Okay. Couple things still. Yep. Cool. There's all my haste. Okay, everything else is in a shop, and there's no way I have not enough of everything. So, Wiz, cool. I don't have a spell it matters for, I don't think. Death Channel, great. Infestation, maybe. How many amnesia? 2. I like a lot of this, it just doesn't really matter. I don't like Animate Dead, because we can just get Death Channel. It's just objectively better. I don't care about stacking them at all. BVC, Infestation, it's win more at this point. Alright, now that we did Vaults 5, let's go do the hardest part of the game. Lair, which is blocked off. The dreaded Lair of Beasts has slain many a wayward adventurer. It's just Tab City though. I shouldn't be using throwing, honestly. Majin Bow doesn't matter. We'll just literally just hold tab. Don't care. Cute. And this is cute, right? Bunch of yaks. Hopefully people love the frenzied clicking of my keyboard as much as I do. Honestly, a comforting sound. Or at least pretty funny. Maggie, just don't talk to me. There's no reason to even go to the end, right? We just get the runes and get out of here. Don't care about slime. Maybe kind of have to pay attention in an S branch, or like cast spells at least, but I can't imagine it's really gonna pose an issue. Really hard lesson to learn though. At least we learned how to inscribe consumables with a thing that makes us at least prompts us to not use it. I assume it's that for curing. Alright, we'll try something I can use. Sure, might. Alright, and it verifies. So next time we do it, we have to inscribe everything, because that I ruined my day. Is this polar vortex? I mean, yeah, whatever. We're doing spell casting, and then we can just full send it on ice. Okay. Some amount of effort required, I guess. Guess we can put. We could also just refridge all this stuff. I just forget that I even have it. Yeah, sure, nice. Well, we need spell levels first, so no more amnesia, because I kind of wasted it a bit. I mean, there's not going to be anything I care about. My apologies if you have photosensitive epilepsy, but this is probably going to be what it looks like, at least through here. I will say it's nice not having to play carefully. That was the most stressful part of all of this for me. It's just having one opportunity or one chance per game just kind of makes you turn up the effort really high, and that just is $2 there. Just tab through all of it, right? It doesn't. Yeah. Occasionally rhyme blight. Maybe there's also a lesson to be learned about putting one of your most frequently cast spells on R when you're trying to do Ascetic. In retrospect, is a really bad idea. Like having them be like R and Q, just to increase the odds of fat fingering. Really not great. On the upside, at least, though I'm probably not going to do as well as I would have liked, losing Ascetic. Not that it's not, you know, it's technically possible to still get it, but really unlikely. I did a lot better than last year, or not year, but last version, at least. Basically, I didn't even win last time, so, you know, some level of improvement at least. Maybe we can upgrade to a kite shield. Maybe I don't care. Whiz over for Vortex. I don't know. But it's basically castable in Kindle, so we'll at least grab that. I don't know if we're gonna try and cast it with Whiz. Don't. 32%, that's really not bad. Next Esprit, and you know, after thinking about it, I am gonna clear Lair. Just for resources. Like, yeah, game's not nearly as dangerous anymore, but that doesn't mean I should just leave everything on the table to get it over with quicker. And then end up losing at the very end. Be even more annoying. This Fanner isn't gonna care about Refridge. Staff of the Meek. plants. They never stood a chance. Don't care. All this stuff to ignore. Really makes you miss the inventory changes in trunk. Yeah. Yeah, this is 5. Okay, good. Almost done with this boring crap. Not that much else is going to be exciting. Maybe. I've already done depths. Maybe a bunch of hornets. Nope. Hey, and a dragon. Spooky. Yeah. Polar vortex for overkill. One more amnesia. Like maybe infestation. It's just it's not consequential. I mean, a single one, sure, we'll take it. It's a universe where we run into Menace and want to Quicksilver stuff off him. I guess just I don't care about anything else really, and just making Refridge stronger is gonna make this a little tabbier and faster to get through. Tab. Oh no. Oh no. Worst part. The worst part is just having to get out of tabbing mode. This is this is the gameplay I strive for normally. Where there is no thinking, there are no tactics. There's nothing, there's no mistakes to be made with your positioning when you just are overwhelmingly strong and nothing can threaten you. Would highly recommend. It's a lot a lot more enjoyable, for me at least, than the really high effort kind of play that you have to do in a tournament or like a turn count run. I guess the only question left for what to do is slime, right? We're not going back to Abyss, that'd be silly. But we might as well do slime, I guess. It wasn't an artifact cloak, so yeah, just give me that. Personally, big fan of slime. It's, I think someone in a Discord the other day said something about slime and the royal jelly being really overhyped on the wiki, and I think that's pretty. Let's just go all the way. It doesn't. I think that's the case. Is before you deal with it, TRJ is like really intimidating. It feels like a final boss, and kind of acts like one. Has weird mechanics, weird strategies to deal with them. And even the branch is weird. It's not like anything else. But once you have it figured out, I think it's certainly easier than vaults for a third rune, and safe enough that it's hey ReNe, safe enough that there's probably no reason to skip it. I guess we can just, you know, J, whatever. Just toss ReNe around. We're not concerned with her, or whatever they are. I don't know. Three runes. Very exciting. Tomb. No, that's goofy. Yeah, just do slime. I just don't care about the art core. It's arguably essential, but done it without it. It's never been a huge issue. Mm-hmm. 24. Yeah, I'm willing to just throw that. There are the good old shining eyes. Everyone's favorite. That, I think, is the main, or was, the main reason to avoid slime. Just people don't, and understandably, they just don't want to deal with negative mutations. Okay, I'll just... Yeah, I mean, Polar Vortex, like, we'll do that for fun. That, sure, but yeah, it's just not at this point. It's not dangerous. There's way more caution than I even need to display with the tambourine, but they can still hurt. Don't get me wrong. The acid blobs are not a joke. But just don't play like a goober like I am. This is not how anyone should play this game. Anything at all that matters. Nope. So let's get out. Let's just go finish. Yeah. Four blank should be plenty. Any spells I care about. Maybe infestation, but we'll come to that. I need to lose 6. We'll figure that out. Zato, I need to change my attitude. This is not a place I can do that in. That kind of silly, reckless tabby play. These, though, great dispel undead candidates. Not sure on the merits of diving Zot. Certainly if you just want to get things over faster, but I'm not convinced. Well, this would be where it would be the case, right? But I'm not convinced that skipping later parts of the game yeah, that wasn't great. Not convinced skipping later parts of the game is really ideal. Like, I get the idea is you are not gaining enough. Right? Like, if I have 12 teleports and 4 blink scrolls, like, how much more does it matter? And like, if you have Polar Vortex castable, like 27 ice, like, does it matter to full clear all this shit? Like, how much stronger can you actually get? Yeah, we can just do Rue stuff. See, this is the issue with fucking around. He's not well, he is still Berserk. I guess Rue just slowed him. Yeah, whatever. Again, big problem. Heal wounds, probably doesn't do it. No, still visible. No tambourine. Got myself in trouble here, haven't I? Yeah, I wonder if Polar Vortex saves me. I'm pretty sure that this turn I can die. Okay, we'll do, again, Abundance of Caution. Get as far away. Yeah, I figured we'd eat Lightning Bolt. Yep, good. Heal wounds. Let's cancel. Now we could probably Vortex, but miscast kills us too. Haste. Yeah, again. Yep. I figured we'd get slowed. Exhaust still going on. Refridge is probably health positive. Yeah. So it's probably Refridge again. Now we're out of mana. Yeah, really not a great situation. And definitely my fault. We can fear. Okay, the Black Draconian just doesn't... I mean, you have one will. Why are you so stubborn? Probably should have just done this earlier. Stop. Alright, so I think I've forgotten that fear, you can't just spam on things. Plus side, we have draw out power again. Up, right, out. Yeah, it was wholly unnecessary. That just shouldn't have happened. That was horrible play. And maybe that'll get me to slow down. Take this somewhat seriously. But that's probably a decent evidence for the argument of skipping things. So, though I don't do it normally, we'll try that. See how it goes. Then, alright, so we can dig at least. Let's do this. Power leap is 5. Could draw out. Probably not a bad idea. Blocking the stairs is pretty big downside for Rhineblight, though. is garbage. This looks to be maybe like a Tiamat vault, even. There's no reason to really find out, though. Yeah, looks Tiamat-y. Again, no reason to do this. This is the complete opposite of skipping things. But I just can't help myself. I want to see. Hey, miracle. Alright, we'll just argue that that was worth it. And keep going. Master dice, cool. A little more of that. Let's not go look at it for a minute. A toe. Really terrifying enemy. Clear around here. Alright, cool. And this is why I don't like not full clearing, because I want to have escape routes and not, you know, feel in danger. Oh, cool. And that's another reason. All right, I'm not gonna just do other stuff just because it might be optimal or whatever. I'm just gonna do what I normally do. Which would be full clearing. Let's see. Only 9% polar, 27 ice magic. Our int is not good, so that makes some sense. Will, still not great. It's only orbs of fire. This 2%, sure. If we really care, we can swap. Ramparts still useful. And Zop. Nobody believes me about that, but that is not uncommon. Yeah, I don't. It's fine if it hits it. Hey, oof, cool. This would be a situation where the fail rate really matters. but yeah, never punished, I guess. And it's got Rime Blight, cool. We'll do that and just in case there's more. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're full clearing. Just despite, like, I looked at my death stats for, you know, for characters with, I think, 2 or more, or 3, maybe 3 runes, and the amount of times I die this late is just really insignificant, at least to me. So I don't think it's that dangerous once you get to this point, because you're so strong. Just becomes kind of negligible. We might as well, yeah, we'll use throwing too. Spend all that experience. Yeah, 9%'s fine. Oh, this is A, okay. These also don't have anti-magic, so not that bad. Clown, though, not a fan. Yeah, that's why. Bunch of goofballs. It's just some huge... It's gotta be just some huge purple draconian vault. This is absolutely obscene amount of them. Yep, just purple draconians. Blocking is pretty neat on Rime Blight sometimes. Okay. Nope. So, yeah, I'm just fat fingering all over the place today. Hey, Tiamat, finally. I don't think there's anything really special to do about them. Yeah, the arena is really not good. Not good for polar vortex. So we'll just, well, here's fine. So we'll just come at it from this angle. Yeah. Berserk Tiamat. Another story, though. Yeah. We'll keep trying. Yeah, you can still take cold damage, so that's fine. And natural little kill hole here. You can chip away at Tiamat. Yeah, I probably at least want the escape option. Yeah. Oh, whoop. Alright, I didn't think you'd get that close because of the pole arm, but here you are. So we could just do that. Also that. So you... Wow, alright. I thought you were bigger. Wow, you just... God. What a pain. Got my stuff back, but I'm not just gonna leave Tiamat. Like, that would be crazy. I'm not worried about the toe. Won't approach from there. Or will. Do you not? You have a demon trident. What are you doing getting close to me? It's just really weird. Really a weird Tiamat, honestly. Go ahead and... Go ahead and fight with yourself. Hold still. God. Such a pain. That's better. Don't... Yeah, I mean, Rampage is fine. It's probably pretty good with Polar Vortex, honestly. I don't know if I care that much, though. Whatever. Keep going. good memory, but I think this will all just resolve itself. Yeah. Yeah, I do prefer Rampage. Yeah, PV miscasts aren't great, but 7% spellcasting will keep getting it up. Yeah, that's definitely way stronger. Especially for orbs of fire. Probably a waste, but well, definitely a waste. I wonder if a Tarantella can... I can confuse it. Okay, that's really funny. That's good to know. Spiders beat Orb of Fire. Cool. No wonder mummies just get completely owned by them. They're the most dangerous enemy in the game, apparently. They can beat Orb of Fire. Regret, yeah, I sure regret fat fingering that fucking ascetic away. God. Sometimes the game is really poignant and it's annoying. Alright, what? Traps look basically the same. Right side has mark. Might be worth just taking the mark and getting everything out. Just old, old strats, but I think with Polar Vortex, kill holes don't matter that much. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. But what about that? Okay, cool. We could do that and that. Yeah, just fighting is fine. For fun, that, because then we could just that again and just not. Well, lag is fun. Probably gonna lose stream. Yeah, I've got. Yeah, stream disconnected, drop frames. So it's still a problem. Looks like we're back. at least on the stream, I don't think my game. Yeah, sorry, this is trying to get this resolved, but we seem to just keep disconnecting. Thank you for following, Pro Owl. I mean, it looks like my game is not frozen, so maybe we're back. Offline, no, live. All right, we'll just assume we're back and keep going with this. 25, high as possible. Very cool. Still brilliance. Yeah, we'll do that. I think we've got, yeah, we've got plenty of resources, but we just shouldn't play around with the Zot trap. So we won't. Nope. Okay, let's get back. There's no way PV does. Well, okay, it kind of works in the hallway. I didn't think it would. Yeah, still dropped frames. So we'll have to talk to my internet provider again, because it is clearly not better. But if anybody cares, if anybody's still listening, watching, I'll at least put this up on YouTube. The actual like recordings don't come out terribly. So if you are interested in me losing aesthetic to a fat finger, or angrily playing like a madman as a result, or just generally like keyboard noises, you know, it'll be there. So let's just get on with it. Just a million hastes. Yeah, more dropped frames. Sorry if this is hard to watch. I obviously don't mean to do this to anyone. So we'll get this over with as quickly as we can. This will just try to end up somewhere else, because this is just a long way. It's a long way out. Still fast. So we'll just... Okay. Alright, pigs, calm down. Yeah, I very much get the don't clear everything in the end game perspective. Because like, what am I gonna take all this stuff to the next game? Like, what is the point? And to do it, I have to risk. I have to risk like Tiamat and, you know, random ridiculous uniques. Yeah, or like an angel or something stupid. And all right, done. So that was horrible. Worst experience of my life. At least as it comes to this game. Spending like 8 hours trying to do an ascetic challenge I've never done before, and losing it to fat fingering because I'm too stupid to inscribe my consumables. Or just drop them. Like it. All right, so that's the real tech next time. Is it doesn't, the inscribe is pointless. I mean, it's not pointless, but you can just not pick them up and not carry them, and then it's not possible for that to happen. So that's what we'll do next time we try this. New combo Thursday night. Gonna have to try ascetic again then. See how it goes. And hopefully by then I get some progress with getting the internet better. But for now, thanks to everyone who came by, endured my horrible stream, keyboard noises. Hopefully losing ascetic was kind of funny to someone. But for now, I'm going to sign off, and I'll be back on at least Thursday night. I might just do something else tomorrow, like play a regular trunk game or maybe something else and stream it. But that's it for now. Have a good one.